Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia. And in thinking about creating that piston exit that I want to have for my storage room, and also about some of the things I might need to do for the dungeon in general, and also for the temple in there, I was thinking that I'm going to need some slimes because I need some slime balls in order to make sticky pistons. You can't make a good piston door without sticky pistons. So I'm planning to head off into a swamp. I think that's a swamp there. I'll see how good my memory is on that, because I know there's definitely a swamp down there if that's not swamp. So I could head south if it doesn't prove to be the case. So I'm going to grab this map and we are going to head down into the swamp where I hope I will find some slimes. That means, of course, staying up at night in a swamp, which is not one of my favorite activities. So I think the best thing for me to do is to build a little shelter so that I could survive the ordeal, or at least have some hope of doing so. What would be a good thing to use for that? I've got all this extra stone here, so let's take some of this cobble in here. It's going to be a very ugly shelter that I'm going to have, but if it keeps me alive, who cares how ugly it is, right? I'm not too sure about that horse sticking its nose into the glass there. You would think the glass would be a little bit harder for the nose to penetrate. Oh well. I did had to head south in the end, and I think that instead of building a shelter there, maybe I'll just dig into here, and I can maybe even do some mining during the nighttime and do something that could be useful while all that is going on. And I'm also going to be building a door so I can have a real nice way of seeing it. This is sort of my usual strategy in an MHC. It's a decent time in which to imitate that. There you go. There you go. And now I can see my way in and out all over the place. Now, technically, I also have a bed with me, but I'm not going to necessarily be needing the bed, but I'm going to have it down. Actually, at least set my spawn point. That way, if I do get killed, I'll be able to get back here in no time and recollect my stuff. There you go. There you go. One bed. Now, I can't go around going too far underground, otherwise nothing is going to spawn. But there's plenty of space out here, I think, where maybe slimes could build. Maybe the slimes could be popping up all through here. I don't know exactly what the slime rate is. Now, of course, we also have to worry about, I think you have to worry about moon phases and stuff like that also when that happens. Might as well collect a couple of flowers while I'm here. Ooh, too bad I didn't bring any bones. I think I believe the doubles can be bone mealed in order to produce extra ones in there. I might as well grab a couple of these while I'm here. All sorts of things I can do while I am out in the swampish areas. But my main purpose of being here is, of course, to get those slimes, because I have not yet found a slime chunk, and without a slime chunk, as far as I know, it's either a slime chunk or a swamp. Those are the two ways I could think of getting slimes. There might be some random ways of getting something or something like that, but for now, I will go with that particular strategy. Let's go and wait for sunset, get a little time for the slimes to pop up, and if I could pop out of here right at dawn, then I could come out here, run out here, and get blown up by a creeper because they don't disappear, and these skeletons will all be in water and all sorts of... But despite that, I will give it a try in order to get some stuff. It's getting to be around dawn, and I don't hear any of the hippity hops of your slimes where they... whatever that you call that sound. Let's see. Right, I guess I'll just have to run into the middle of the water and hope I don't hear a creeper. Well, you don't hear a creeper. Well, actually, when you do hear a creeper, it's called boom. Yes. Here we go. Boom. Maybe boom was the wrong word to use at that point. There you go. But one time I want to see slimes all over the place. I don't see any. Obviously, maybe I needed a swamp area with more land in it. Usually, when I park myself near a swamp, mobs come out all over the place during the night. But nada. Oh well, maybe it'll take me a couple of days. I mean, I don't even see other types of mobs around here. I'd have thought at least one skeleton or zombie or something like that would have popped up around here. Oh well, waiting. Actually, with all the water all over the place, it may be tough for slimes to spawn. That might be another little disincentive there. Perhaps if I put some dirt around here, I could have extra spots where the slimes could spawn, because if we don't have many dry area, I think swamps need dry area. I would think so, like most mobs. So I'll just create a little bit of a landmass here in the swamp. And if I'm lucky, this will bring in some slimes. Actually, make sure that this is at least 24 away. It looks like it's at least 24 away because we need that in order to spawn anything. Let's see. 614, 679, 614. That okay, that's 10 and 614. Well, now we're getting to be about... This is more where I'll be needing stuff at. So I'm going to be throwing in a few things here. Of course, that also means more things like zombies and skeletons and stuff like that, most likely. But obviously, that is the hazard you have when you go and try to do stuff in a swamp. I see a slime out there. That's progress. I think I also saw a skeleton earlier, which is going to be a little bit of a problem. Well, at least it will be if he doesn't burn up or something like that. It's getting to be dawn there. As soon as it's daytime, I'm going to head out there and kill some slimes, assuming they don't all despawn before then. And then I can have some slime balls, right? Yeah. Actually, it looks like the right time of day now. Let's go. And yeah, there's a slime way out there. We also have all sorts of other nasty things around here, which is no huge shock. So maybe I can deal with this guy before that creeper does something nasty. Hello, hello, and hello. All right, that's a good start. Unfortunately, we also have zombies to worry about. And all sorts of other nasty things. Well, let's give time for some of those nasties to burn up, and then I'll have to dodge the creepers, and maybe I can find another slime. But for now, at least I've got a few slime balls, right? 2. Whoopee. After a second night, I managed to get a few more, so now I have 11, which should be enough as a starter. Make sure that there are no more that I got over this night. Just get through here to make sure that I don't get ambushed by anything. You'd think that with the rain there would still be some mobs here, but apparently not. All taken care of, it looks like. Okay. And no more. Oh, okay. There is a skeleton there. Hello. Hello. Thank you. But unfortunately, there are no. Well, okay. There. See it? No, that wasn't a zombie. That was a cow. No more slimes. But I will say that 13 slime balls is enough for now. So I am going to head back to camp. Oh my! I was decorating on the inside, not completely successfully, but I really should hide that stuff. Right? Just make it all look like dirt. So it won't be as obvious that there is something here, even though I suspect that the door might be a dead giveaway on that. Whatever. It turned out I had put the first two into a chest, so that 13 I was talking about before is actually in addition to that. So I actually have a total of 15, which is a nice number to have. So that'll be a good amount to use in order to make my sticky pistons that I could use for my door here. Now here's the probable way I'll be using in and out here. The question is, will I be able to make an appropriate door? Could I be able to figure that out? I guess that's my next trick. Now I just have the simple task of remembering how redstone works. I know, yippee. What I expect to need to do is to have an extended piston that's showing here to create a wall. And when I unpower the piston, it'll retract and let me through, which means that I'm going to need a way to get the redstone signal from there to wherever I put my redstone torch. Actually, maybe I could just put the redstone torch there. I was wondering about having to travel. No, I can't put it there because I need to invert the signal. That's the trick, is because if I had an extended piston, I need to invert the signal to turn off the piston, which means I probably have to have the redstone signal to go from here, put it through an inverter, then come to here. Without the inverter, it will be lit. With the inverter, it'll be unlit, and putting this torch there will cause the piston to unextend. First, I'm going to test feasibility before I try anything that crazy. Here are my sticky pistons. Well, obviously, that's the wrong way to put that. Rule number one, get a pickaxe first, because I'm pretty sure that I used up my pickaxe while I was in the cave where I was gathering all those slimes. Now let's grab this. Let's put this here. Well, I'll just have to put that there. Put this here. Now we've got our sticky pistons. Good. So if I put a redstone torch right here, that goes extended, that does not. So I need to get a signal to both of them. I suppose that should be expected. That does nothing. All right. I'm going to have to work with this a little bit. What if I only had one of these pistons? Pair of honey blocks here. Yes, I could use slime blocks, but I figure honey would be better since I have a much more ample source of honey at the moment. Put this here. Now, I'm pretty certain that's what I was expecting there, because we've got the floor there stopping it. But I figure if I have a hole beneath there, then I'll be able to be able to have that free enough to go in and out. Let's go and test that out. I didn't want to make a hole in the floor at the moment because this is stone. So let me see if I could raise this instead. There you go. Now let's test this out. That didn't work. Why doesn't that work? Obviously, I'm missing something. Interesting. If I put 3 in a row like this, it all works perfectly fine. If I do this, it doesn't extend. I'm obviously missing something. If I do that, must be only on the vertical where it must only work on the horizontal, but not on the vertical. Ooh. I think I finally found a solution here. I am ditching the use of honey or slime blocks here, putting this directly on here. This is one on top of here. This is going to be my inverter now. So I just have this right here. Good. So now it's extended here. I just place my torch, sends the redstone signal, and that closes that up. And it works nice and beautifully. Yes, and that way I'm only extending those two so I don't have to worry about gaps and all that fun stuff. So I think that is a much nicer solution than I was expecting to have to worry about. But of course, I still need a redstone signal to go through. And let's see, because if I have the pistons, well, the pistons, this is going to be open right here, which means the pistons are going to be right here. That means I need to be powering it right there. So, yeah. My original plan of having the torch spot here, then pushing it here sounds like is the solution. That means we'll have the pistons here. And I'd see the best way to get the redstone signal to travel. I may have to go one more back on that, or I may be able to do it right here and have that directly go there. I'll have to fiddle with this a little bit and see what it is, but I also need this out of the way so that I can work with. But I'll either want this opened up or I'm going to be wanting this to, let's see, if I could just put the redstone signal here, have it travel here. That means putting my inverter here instead of there. And up there. All right. Okay, good. And then we could take our redstone signal and test that out. Boom, 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 boom. Place the torch. Closes. Remove the torch. Opens. And I think we've got our circuit. I've transferred everything to behind the wall. Now let's... Oh. What did I miss? Ah, perhaps I need to be... Well, perhaps one or two details need a little bit of work here. Oh well. Close though. A little bit closer. Actually, I will need a little bit of light in here to keep moss from... I don't think they're supposed to spawn on top of redstone, but just in case. You don't want to find out, oh, there's this exception you didn't know about, because that can occasionally happen. So let's get a little light here. All right, there we go. Now, we've got right over here, and it turned that off, but the lower one is still being powered. All right, well, yeah, could use some work. And of course, needing to get the signal to travel through here is going to be another fun little challenge. How about a button? Let's get one wooden button. Huh. Oh, well. But the feasibility is there. I just need to make sure the signal travels right. Now I'll test this without the block. I actually saw that I wasn't exactly what I was before, so I changed it to look more like what it did when I was doing it outside. Obviously, I broke it. Hello. Oh, do I need to put this here? Well, that's obviously not the case because that's still on. Oh, well. The joys of redstone. I went back and checked what I did before, and of course, I need to be one lower, light it that way, have the block up here, and once I do that, they retract together, they push back together. Good. Now see if I can actually get through. Yeah. It is for this side. Well, that's another matter. I suppose I'll need another button on this side in order to do something there, because now I'm stuck in here, but it does mean that I can at least get one way through. And I guess I could create another button on this side. Well, I have to put it at a better location, I guess. But how about... Okay, I guess that works. So I just need to find the perfect place to put the button and everything will be set. I decided this would be the perfect place. Well, except for that. It's not the safest entrance or exit, but I think it'll do. Of course, the button won't be there normally because putting the button there is the secret code for getting through. So you're not just going to leave the button there so that people could use it. But that takes care of my little project there. I now have a way in and out of the dungeon, and I have a little redstone project in there. I found a little bit of slime, but I'll probably need a little bit more before I do anything extensive in there, and I think that is the end of the episode. And perhaps next time we'll have a chance to head over and survey where we are going to put our little temple. And that's for the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.